Hello everyone. In today's video, I will be showing you a simple example through which you can come to know about how the include level of detail expression works. So right now I am using a small data set. So in this data set, I am having the transaction level of a data which is done by a customer who reside in a specific city or a state. So I have already loaded this data set. Now let me replicate the same that was present in the data set. So we were also having the customer name, and after that I was having the amount along with the transaction ID. Now in order to understand the include LOD, let's say I want to find the average of the total transaction done by each individual customer at the level of state. Now as the word average appeared, what majority of us try to do is we just change the aggregator, that is change the sum to average. So right now there is no such change, but if I change the transaction ID, these two value will get aggregated, and 42,000 and 3,000, the average of these two will be near to 22,000. Okay, and if I remove all the value, if I want to find the average at the level of state, so here what has happened is at the level of state, it first find the sum of all the amount of transaction and it will divide it by the number of records that is present. Now let me demonstrate it by an example as well. So if you carefully observe, under Goa, the total number of records that is present are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will first find the total of all these and it will divide it by the number of records that are present. Now let me open the calculator to validate the value. So the first value is 30,235 plus 21,901 plus 42,000 plus 3,020. So this is what the total is, and it will divide by the number of records. So the number of record is 4, so divide by number of record, that is 4. So 24,289, that is what the value we were getting, and that is what the record that we were getting initially as well, 24,289. So the value that is appearing on the screen is wrong. Now let us understand that what exactly we have to find. So for that, let me drag and drop again all the fields, okay, and change the aggregator to sum. As I even specified previously, what exactly we have to find is we have to find the average of total amount of transaction done by customer. So before even finding the average, we have to first find the total. Okay, so let me remove the transaction ID. So if you observe, I have got the total amount of transaction done by this customer, and we have to find the average of these three amount. Okay, so let us find the average of these three value. So 30,235 plus 21,901 plus 45,020, and that is to be divided by the number of customer, that is 3 within Goa. So 32,385, that is what the expected value is. Now in order to find the sum of amount of transaction at the level of customer, we have to make use of include function. So let me create a calculated field, make use of include function, and we have to here specify that at the level of customer you have to perform sum of amount. Click on OK, just double click. So right now both of these values are appearing same. Now let us change the aggregator to average, So if you observe, the value for this has got averaged, but this appears to be same because in the calculated field we have specified that at the level of customer you have to perform sum. Now if I remove the customer and city, I will get the average amount of transaction at the level of state as well. So this is what our expected output was, 32,385. So we have got that value. So I hope that this video has helped to understand the include LOD function to some extent, and you could come to know about it much in depth depending on the challenges that you will face. So that's it. Thank you.